This is IGN. A super challenging one-button rhythm game with great music and a moving story. This is your IGN review of Rhythm Doctor by Will Borger. When you sit down with a game, you make a pact with it. You'll push the buttons, and it'll show you what happens when you do. A lot of games don't really care to interrogate what that means, to use the physical realities of the medium to tell a story. Remember having to plug your controller into the second port of your PlayStation to fight Psycho Mantis? That's rare. Instead, many of them are content to be films where you control the action. Rhythm Doctor is not one of those games. In the 8 or so hours I spent seeing its 1.0 version through to completion, Rhythm Doctor frustrated me, earned some laughs, made me tear up, and used this medium to tell a story in ways I've never seen a game do before. It's one of the most difficult rhythm games I've ever played, and one I couldn't put down. Near the end, I felt like I might need a little rhythm therapy myself, a shock to the heart to keep me going. But I wanted to live in that world a little longer, listen to these songs a little more, spend a little more time with these characters. It was worth it. Rhythm Doctor drove me crazy and I loved it. In Rhythm Doctor, you are an intern assigned to Middlesea Hospital. You work remotely, so you sit behind a screen and watch what's happening through the hospital's cameras. The doctors and patients speak to you, but you cannot respond to them. Well, you can, but they can't hear the intern. Like you as a player, the intern is part of this world, but not of it. A participant, but not a resident. When you see yourself on screen, it's as a long arm hovering over a button. The patients sometimes jokingly call you Dr. Finger. It's a brilliant bit of player as character that Rhythm Doctor makes the most of throughout its runtime. That the story features some absolutely gorgeous pixel art sprite work is just a bonus. The simple but extremely effective gimmick here is that Middlesea is experimenting with a new treatment that promotes healing by defibrillating patients' hearts in time with their heartbeats. Your job is to press the button on the defibrillator in sync with the beat of their heart. That's it. There's only one button. Press it every 7th beat in time with the patient's heart. Line the beats up properly and you'll cure what ails them. This might not sound hard, and it isn't, at least at first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 press is easy enough, but then you'll get to polyrhythms, hemiolas, irregular time signatures, silent beats, the works. Again, all you have to do is press your button on every 7th beat, but it gets challenging quickly. I used to think I was good at rhythm games. Like, I played Guitar Hero and Rock Band on Expert. I used to play a couple different instruments. After playing Rhythm Doctor, I no longer think that. Few games have challenged me like this did. The songs here vary from show tunes to dubstep to techno and everything in between, and each is used to tell a story like this. Every patient's unique heart rhythm can and will show up in other tracks as they bond with one another, whether it's a miner helping an injured baseball player rehab from an injury, an elderly couple at opposite ends of the hospital who long to see one another, or Cole and Nicole hash out their issues through song. In Rhythm Doctor, the music is part of the story. Each track moves the narrative forward and gets to the heart of who these people are and how they feel about one another. You can treat a lot of things with medicine, but sometimes the only cure for a damaged heart is working through what caused it in the first place. I cared about these characters and their relationships, and I wanted to stick around. If you need a break from the story, there's also a comprehensive level editor to play with and community tracks to download. Look, I'll be honest with y'all, I'm not much of a level editor cat, but what I've played of the community tracks is genuinely impressive. Rhythm Doctor's soundtrack is so good that I've listened to it in between sessions, but it's great to see developer 7th Beat Games turn their baby over to the community and say, go nuts. In a world obsessed with selling you something at every moment, editors like this feel increasingly rare, and I'm glad it's here. Rhythm Doctor is one of the hardest games I've played in a hot second, regardless of genre, but the music, the humor, and the characters are all so strong that it compelled me to stick with it. Most of all, I love the way Rhythm Doctor embraces being a game and uses that to tell its story in a way no other medium could. These songs aren't just something you play along with. You feel them. You experience them and the emotions they convey because of how they're presented. It's a remarkable achievement, and all it takes is one button. Moreover, it made me want to play music again. I've always wanted to learn to play piano. Maybe it's time. I'll probably fail at first. I'll probably fail a lot, actually. But if Rhythm Doctor believes anything, it's that it's the courage to keep going, even when all seems lost, that counts. That's what makes you who you are. Rhythm Doctor's IGN score? 9 out of 10. Thanks for listening to IGN. My name is Tony Jackson. And for the latest Rhythm Doctor updates, visit us at IGN.com.
Spoken Layer.